Can the Cowboys win the NFC East with Dak, without Dak? They got Andy Dalton starting at quarterback now. The Cowboys are 2-3. The Eagles are 1-2-1 because Carson Wentz has played horrible. So, do you think the Cowboys can win the division without Dak Prescott?
Can I ask you a question? Why did you have to add that at the end of your thingy, as if it's just Carson Wentz's fault?
No, I'm saying Carson Wentz has been horrible.
Okay, but why do you do that? You just why do you have to do that? You couldn't just say the thing.
No, I wanted to give the audience a reason for why the Eagles are in that position. That's all.
It's not just him, but I mean,
I feel like, and I don't want to talk too long because I feel like Riv hasn't talked in an hour over there.
no, you guys are doing your thing.
But
man. You guys are doing your thing.
I was actually pretty impressed with Andy Dalton and the job he did coming in. Granted, it was against the Giants, who are not very good, but I was impressed with what he showed coming straight off the
Dallas
bench.
schedule?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna pull up Phillies.
I thought that they played well in Dak's absence, but the problem is that I don't question if Andy Dalton could be an average quarterback, because I think he can be an average game manager quarterback. There's no question about that. But Dak has been, call me crazy, arguably a top 5 quarterback in the league over the first few weeks of the season.
His numbers, yeah.
And that is what they've needed to stay in football games, because their defense is so bad early. They rely on the passing attack, which is unfortunate because that deems Ezekiel Elliott essentially useless late in these games when they need to come back. Mm-hmm. And the problem is, if their defense is putting them in those positions with Andy Dalton, I don't think they're going to be able to come back nearly as much. And I think that that's what's going to hurt them. I think that Andy Dalton could be the guy if their defense could be stout, but I question that more than I question Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton has made 4 straight playoffs with the Bengals. I think this Dallas offense is more talented than them. So I would bank on the Cowboys still being able to win the division, but only because the division is so bad. I think the problem was never their quarterback. I think they can get stable quarterback play from Andy Dalton. The problem is really going to be their defensive, and if their defense can honestly get any stops. If they're going to be this bad throughout the season, then I think that the Eagles probably have the best shot at winning the division. But if they step up, I mean, Andy Dalton can keep them above water.
I agree with you guys. I think Dallas is probably going to end up winning the division. I don't see us. I'm looking at our schedule coming up. We got Baltimore. We got I wouldn't even call it an easy win because it's against the Giants, and we lost to the Redskins week 1. Then we got Dallas, New York. Then we face Cleveland, Seattle, Green Bay, and Saints. So I'm looking at our schedule, and the wins we needed to get were early on in the season, and we just lost to Pittsburgh. And it's like every week somebody new is injured. Every week.
The biggest problem for you guys was the Washington loss, because that is
and the Cincinnati tie. We shouldn't have tied with them.
The Cowboys need to play all of the same teams that you guys are going to play, but you guys got Washington when they still had a glimmer of hope in week 2. I'm sorry, and now they are disintegrating, and it looks like
literally.
It's going to be 2 easy wins for the Cowboys. But I do happen to think they're still going to win the division, only because I don't see anybody else, no offense to the Eagles in the division, that will compete with them.
Me either. I think their roster is too talented. Andy Dalton isn't a bad quarterback. He's pretty average, but I think we're just all these injuries right now to Deshaun Jackson. He isn't going to play on Sunday. Neither is Alshon Jeffrey. So our receiving core is still the Travis guy, Greg Ward. I don't even know his last.
Travis Squillen.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his last. I don't know how to say his last name. So we still got these new guys coming in. So I don't see us being healthy enough to beat these good teams. I mean, we played hard last week when we played the Steelers, but in the end, I just think we're not going to make the playoffs. I think Dallas is going to inevitably win the division.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think they probably are going to win the division.
It's just the worst division in football.
It's going to take another Carson Wentz miracle.
And we know that hasn't happened.
It happened last year. You're such a hater. It's ridiculous how you hate.
The Carson Wentz miracle? I don't know
the
if
fact
it happened
that the fact that they made the playoffs last year over the Cowboys was.
I remember when you threw a joke saying
miracle.
If your quarterback has more interceptions than touchdowns, don't talk. You know Sam Darnold has more interceptions than touchdowns, right? I just remember that.
When did I say that joke?
You said that.
Seems like a bad joke.
We were texting and you
wasn't me.
Yeah, no, it was. Trust me, it was you. You said that joke and it was just I looked at you.
It wasn't me.
And it was just like it's so bad. And then I realized Sam Darnold also has that.
It's not my quarterback. I'm not on the Jets.
No. You're not about to do that.
He doesn't want to root for the Jets unless they're winning.
I think we all
Jack,
agree
can you
though.
put the computer over there.
We all agree Dallas. If they lose, they're done though.